We're back. Special Christmas episode. We said, what's more Christmas than abandoning our families to go to a basement and record a final episode for this season?
But it's fitting, we had there was a bit of drama and a bit of, insults being
Mhm.
slung, and what better time to, as the title says, bury that
Yep.
hatchet than the Christmas season. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yep. So Hatchet's out of my back. We wiped off the spinal fluid and we put it aside to go chop down a Christmas tree. So really just a beautiful moment. All right, and I believe you have the
I
first
do,
one.
yes. I'd like to introduce this today. And I don't know if you can hit OK on this meeting is being recorded, but it's actually covering up my top line here.
I think
Not
that's
that I
just
don't
you.
remember.
I think that's just you.
Oh, sorry, we're a little rusty at this, but you know what? That's on me. I'll take the
Always
blame
have been. Always have been.
in the spirit of the Christmas season, and I'll take accountability. So, just wanted to read a little poem for you guys. Obviously, no, we haven't done this podcast, and so thought maybe this would be a little treat for Christmas. I wrote this, so if you like it, it was me. If you don't, it was Sager. Let's read. 'Twas the night before the championship, and all through the land, 12 members were stirring, 6 games left in hand. In the toilet bowl, Tucker, who I honestly thought had a shot, looking squarely at Houston, who I kind of figured did not. Hayden, Nixon, Sager, Mason round out our shining stars as they gaze at the playoffs from somewhere afar. Meanwhile, Anderson and I compete for 15, and Grant and Craw just compete for a dream. And high atop the roof of the place, Ben and Grogan standing, locked in one place. You can tell that they're new here, these two dapper gents, but you can tell that they know this is quite the event. And as one played Brissett and the other Tyler Shuck, I yelled, Merry Championship to all, and to all a lot of luck.
Wow.
It was always my family's Christmas tradition to read the night before Christmas around this time, so I hope you all enjoyed that because I certainly did.
It's beautiful. Is he really playing Tyler Shuck?
As of right now, we have a preview slide later on in the pod where you can see what the current lineups are. And I don't
Wow.
know, maybe it's a little bit of mind games. We don't know
Yeah.
who's going to be healthy and ready, but as of right now, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. All right. And then I have a few commissionerly things to do. I thought we could just get a jump start on this. So this will be four things we'll look through here. Um, I've been saving this all year. Do you have any comment for this?
Yeah, so if any brothers are for whatever reason listening and not watching, Nixon Venmo me said highest score 2 weeks in a row, and I replied, greatest season of all time. Don't even care if I win the championship.
Hmm.
Upon
You did
further
you did win
reflection,
another one, to be fair. You
I
won the
did. I
championship.
made $40 already. I
Mhm.
made a profit. I will say I think this is as good as a season could get without winning the championship because not only did I not have the pain of losing in the championship, I had my greatest fantasy win of all time, which was knocking off my rival in week 14. Although Daniel Jones got hurt, so that made it a little hollow.
Yeah.
I made a profit. If I get this $15, I made 25 bucks this year. So I do think this is as good as a season could be without winning. But was I sad I lost to Ben? Yes, I was. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
and I would go back to myself in September and tell him to remember what's really important.
That's fair. All right, so to discuss, we added the extra flex this year, as we all know. Nixon was not happy about it. I just did it anyway, did not come to a vote. So I thought the we just go through the pros and cons. The pros, tougher, more rewarding decisions. So I was thinking back, like I had to pick up and start Kendrick Bourne on a random Thursday night, and he went off, and that was just kind of a fun to be, oh, I'm so much smarter than everybody else. Rewards good drafting in depth. I think you're probably the best example of this. Of you just had a lot of good players, so that's why you dominated early on. They just kind of got hurt later. And more points goes Burr. More points is just more fun. The only cons, you know, maybe it's just a coincidence, but first year we had it, no trades, at all. So, if that was because there's, you don't have any depth, um, we might have to reconsider because I do love some trades. But I think I would like to try it for one more year, and see where we are after that.
Yeah, I think I was a fan. I don't know if the no trades is related or we're just getting old and elderly. I don't really know.
Yeah.
The only con I could see, you could actually spin the more points thing as a con, like, oh, like all of our records are going to get broken. Actually, they already have.
Yep.
Um, but like every league goes through that at some point. Every league has added more games. And I liked it. I am biased because I had like five good running backs, so it kind of worked out for me. But yeah, it just you needed more better players. You needed to make more good draft picks. I think it rewards skill. I don't know. Maybe Grogan and Ben have been our best players this whole
Yeah.
time, but
They
they
just
just
needed a
didn't have that extra
platform.
flex spot to show it.
Yep.
So I liked it personally.
Yeah. Um, this can't really see. This is not, I just saw this on a different podcast. Basically, it would just make it so non-playoff teams cannot pick up p players from the waiver wire. Um, Nothing happened to really do this, but this would just be like, say Ben's quarterback got hurt, and I randomly was like, you know what? I want Grogan to win, so I'm going to pick up all the quarterbacks. So it's just to keep that from happening.
Or even worse, if Grogan says, "Hey, you have waiver dollars, but I don't. I'll give you $5 if you pick up this
Yeah.
quarterback."
So
I
this
could
just,
see some.
yeah,
Yeah,
this prevents that.
I'm
And then
down.
maybe the most important thing, the parlay. What happens to the money if we ever should win? So we did technically win 150. Um, it was Mason's money, so I assume he just keeps that money. But there's a really real possibility where we won $60,000 last week. If Mason had not sold. So what happens to the money? It is Mason's money. But that needs to be discussed.
Okay, so wait, that's what you sent in the chat. It was if we had combined those two, which they weren't combined, but if we
Correct.
had, and if Mason Shador leg had hit, we
Yes,
would have won $60,000.
correct.
Yeah, it is tough because I want to say when it's something like 150, I want to say, hey, give Mason the money. He's been funding it all year. But
Yeah,
60,000, all of a
yeah,
sudden, I'm not so eager personally. So
yeah.
that maybe is something we need to put into Article 7, Section X of the
Mhm.
Constitution or wherever we are at
That
this
would put
point.
Mason in a very tough spot if you won
Yeah.
60,000.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I think everyone in this league is a good guy. I think we could sort something out, but I don't know. Money corrupts. You never know.
Yep. Um, and then a league rebranding? Question mark. So I wanted to make some merch at some point, but wearing League Reddit does not exactly give confidence. So that is our name. It's been our name for 9 long years. I don't have an alternative, but I just thought it should be discussed.
I don't know. I mean, look, I know everyone in the league would want to say I'm not the end all be all. I'm personally kind of against. It's been our name for 9 years, and what? We're gonna change it so we can have better merch, so we can look
That's
cool.
fair.
We're not in college anymore. Like
That's fair.
half you guys are married. I don't care. Like I'll wear some League Reddit merch, probably not out in public ever, but I don't think we should change such an iconic name just for merch purposes. But hey, open to being outvoted.
Yeah. Um, and then Survivor. I'm very excited about this. I have all 10 events planned out. So it would just take probably 2 days. It needs to be at the lake house, but it would be electric. And I would record the whole thing, chop it up, put it on YouTube, each section. It would be electric. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
Survivor?
I'm just pleading with our draft coordinator to I know it's tough to get 12 guys, but try and set this up as much in advance as possible. Although I've told the company this year, like probably some weekend in August, I will be asking off, and we'll see when that ends up being. But yeah, I think it sounds awesome. I'm curious what you have in mind. I think it seems like a more interconnected system than the Spike Ball Smash Bros thing that we've done in the past, and I think it'd be fun. I don't know. Are there any details you can share about that at this time, or does that have to wait?
Um, you kind of have to keep it a secret. You can't really give anyone an advantage, but
Hmm.
it would be a good time.
Wait, one more question. So this is for draft order.
Yes.
This is some basic league knowledge I'm just forgetting, but like I assume you have to run the game, so then where do you fall? Is there an auto commissioner pick, or how does that work?
I'd be last or wherever.
Wow. Humble.
That's the kind of
That's
guy.
really in the spirit of the
Or
season. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'd be like right in the middle. So if you know
I think
anything about
that's fair, but
Survivor, after the merge, there's a change. So
Yeah,
we'll
I've
see.
seen it a time or
And I
two.
was considering
I,
being like, hey, everybody bring something from your Christmas stocking you don't actually really like. And the winner would get all of that as well.
Maybe the winner can get my Star Wars figurine that I donated for a trophy 6 years ago and has
I still
never
have
been
that.
seen since.
I still have that.
Okay, well, I hope
It
it
sits
gets
on my
used at
desk.
some point.
All right. Oh, and then I just thought this was interesting. I just went back and looked at all of the champions. So the championships, as you can see, I went through. If you're a one or a two seed, that means you have the bye. So, and then 2017, 2018, we did not have buys because there was only 10 teams. So of the qualifying years from 2019 to the present, so including this year, 8 teams with the bye made the championships. So 8 out of the 14 teams to make the championship had a bye week. And another interesting, no team below a three seed has won the championship. And there's also a weird pattern of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and Ben currently a one. So I mean, if you believe in the signs,
I don't
um,
know. That's the kind of thing that makes you think we live in like a simulation or something when it's
that
just a
makes you
repeated
think.
pattern. I just like to point out down here at the bottom, you spelled one, the ship, as ONE. So that's good. I'm glad to know that
I made it this
University of
morning.
Tennessee Health. Yeah, fair, fair.
Did you
Yeah,
notice anything
that's
else
interesting.
over here, maybe?
What'd you say?
Did you notice anything else?
Oh, there's an asterisk by 2020. Yeah, that's fair. And I played a five seed Craw who frankly was just happy to be there.
Yep.
Um, this is really interesting. I'm surprised no seed under a three has ever won.
Which means, and a three
And I'm
seed means
surprised.
you won your division. So that's just kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's all so it's been a division winner every time. We've never had a wild card team win the
Never.
championship.
Mm-mm. They've made it.
Fascinating.
Never won.
Can I contribute one little piece of league history I learned while I was looking through some historical things?
Go for it.
I thought this was interesting because I noticed, you and Mason weren't in the playoffs, which just felt kind of weird to me this year. And I was looking back. I think you would say, obviously maybe you could put Tucker in there on Mount Rushmore for his, two early years. But I think you would say the three league powers have been you, Mason, and Anderson. Would you disagree with that at all?
Maybe Tucker over Anderson. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Of
know.
of the uh of the 12 team era, I think you could say Tucker
Yeah,
is
12
Bill
team era.
Russell. He won
Yeah.
his Tucker was playing against plumbers back in those days. Um, but so what I thought was really interesting, I was like, have we had one? I looked back, even when it was just a four-team playoff, even when only four teams made the playoffs, there's always been at least two of you, Mason, Anderson in the playoffs. Sometimes all three. There's always been at least two until this year. That's like
Wow.
9 years straight where at least two of you guys have made the playoffs. And this year, we've got some new blood. Only one of you three made the playoffs. I just thought that was interesting.
I mean, look, as you said, the game, it's more skill based now. That's what Grogan needed. He just needed a bigger platform to spread his
That's
wings.
what I've always said. That's what I've always said about him.
He
He
needs
just
more
needed more
touches.
touches.
Yep, we've
Yep,
always
that's
said
what
that.
I've always said.
All right, and so this is the ship.
Yeah, I made this slide when I Googled championship. That logo was the first thing that came up. So,
I
yeah,
like it.
as you can see right now, I was not able to get their team names in the screenshot. My laptop was selling me. I don't know why the people are like so like faded and hard to see. It doesn't have projections. Really, this was just a bad experience on my laptop.
Hmm.
That being said, as you look at this championship matchup, I said to Ben, I actually texted him this. So I have proof of this. I was like, I would like to beat you, but I was like, if there are fantasy gods, I was like, I feel like Ben should have beaten me. Like the Puka and JSN owners playing in the championship just feels right to me. Like they've been the two guys in fantasy this year. But I don't know. As you look at this championship matchup, anything kind of stand out?
Look, Tyler Shuck's staring me right in the face. That is a balls hanging down moment for Will Grogan to if he puts in Tyler Shuck. I believe he's never played him this year to play him in the championship game. And look, Justin Herbert against Houston, I'm not saying it's the wrong decision, but I mean that's something that's gonna keep you up at night. This decision here. And then Josh Jacobs, does he play? Those are the two main things. I want to lean Ben, but every time Grogan's had his back against the wall this year, his team, they've just risen to the challenge. So like he had to win to get in. did it, you know, taking care of business the past 2 weeks. He's battle tested, and this one's gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Grogan has actually been now Ben had the bye in round one, so maybe he wasn't trying. But even last week, Grogan's been the higher scoring team in this playoffs. The other one we could look at, and I don't really know what his status is, but Jordan Love against Baltimore, he also has, but Jordan Love is questionable. I was gonna say I don't know, I kind of like the Tyler Shuck move, like not even saying that it's gonna work or anything, but I was gonna agree with you. I was gonna call it a real balls to the wall moment. Shuck's been playing well. He has Tennessee. Yeah, Ben is projected to win by 5 right now, or actually close to 6. And obviously, we know projections rarely are accurate, but it looks like the difference the ESPN has, it has his Lions defense projected a little more, which that could be huge because we know defense scoring can vary a lot. But I don't know. I think they might be underestimating the Jaguars a little bit there. They've been a good defense this year. The only thing is maybe Philip Rivers isn't going to be too turnover prone, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's a bad play to play the Jaguars against this Indianapolis offense. They also really like Jahmyr Gibbs against Minnesota. His projection's high. And Jacoby Brissett against Cincinnati has like a projection of 20, which is a good quarterback projection. He only had 10 last week against Atlanta. I know Cincy's defense is not too good, so yeah, it could come down to that. They seem to like Brissett better. I kind of like the Tyler Shuck play. Um, but we shall see. I just want to say I'm really excited about this championship. I like to
Mhm.
see, I don't know, have either of these guys ever been in a championship game?
Not even close.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
even
So,
close.
I mean, 9 years they've been waiting for this, and they don't know when the
Been,
next
been
opportunity is going
seven
to be, which is,
technically.
what'd you say?
Been seven.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was an expansion team.
Yeah,
I mean,
expansion
just to
team.
think
Right,
at the
right, right.
beginning of the
So,
year, if you had told me that the two championship quarterbacks, it was going to be Jacoby Brissett versus Tyler Shuck. I mean, it's just cinema.
it's an unpredictable game, and yeah, it feels like an era of more parity. This is like Adam Silver's NBA, right? Sager and Mason, the old powers, have at least this year. They're not in the playoffs, and we've got Ben and Grogan in the championship. I'm really excited because you know how much this is going to mean to
Yep.
whichever fan base is able to get this
Yep.
win.
Salary cap turned on, and I believe you have some words as a champion yourself. You have some words of inspiration for these guys to end it.
Yeah, thanks for admitting that, actually, since I know you discredit my
Yeah,
championship.
champion. Sorry, I forgot that.
This is just a little food for thought. I guess you could call it a pep talk, but I didn't rehearse this, so it's probably not going to be as good as your standard pep talk. But if you want to look at this slide here, this is a sports quote that I've really liked recently. I've seen it a lot. This was in, I believe, 2023. The Lions blew a big lead to the 49ers in the NFC Championship. And if you'll remember at the time, a lot of people were saying, hey, a young Lions team, they'll be back. And Dan Campbell felt like he knew better. He said he told his team, this may have been our only shot. And I think, if you've been watching the league, you'd agree. Like, I don't know if the Lions are true NFC contenders this year. This may have been their only shot. And so I was reading, the text Grogan sent, and he talked about how much he appreciates this and how much it means to him. And I just think that's a good mindset to have because, like you said, it's been 9 years for Grogan. He hasn't even come close to this. 7 years for Ben. He hasn't even come close to this. The
It
odds are,
just.
if you look at it over the next 5 years, if you're any standard team watching this, if you're Tucker, Nixon, Mason, whoever, odds are over the next 5 years, you will not win a championship, right? 5 years, 12 teams. The odds are you're not going to win a championship. 5 years, our lives are going to be totally different. Some of us are going to have kids. Like, that's a long time. And you may not sniff a championship again. And so it's tempting to me. I remember in 2020, I was like, oh, I've got it. I figured fantasy out. I'm going to win. I'm going to be back here. And so while I wasn't sad that Ben beat me, I was a little sad because I was like, my team usually doesn't sniff the semifinals. I was like, I don't know when I'm going to be back here. And so that's just what I want to encourage you guys. And I think Grogan and Ben understand the gravity of it. I saw Grogan's text, but this may be your only shot for 5 years, 10 years, 9 more years for Grogan, 7 more years for Ben.
Yeah.
And, in 10 years, when we're all 35 years old and we're at the draft and we have kids and whatever, there's a chance that you guys are still looking back to 2025 and thinking that was my one shot. So I just
Wow.
want to encourage y'all to lay it all on the line because you may not be back here again.
I mean, a crazy thought. That was beautiful, beautifully done. But I mean, yeah, if you're Grogan statistically, if you're a Nixon, if you're a Hayden, if you don't get it done when you get there, it could be 2035 before you even have a chance to get back.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and what's even scarier to me than not having a championship is being the only one to not have a championship because it's going to happen
It's
at
gonna
some
happen.
point.
It's gonna happen.
And I just thank my lucky stars that I at least have half a championship for 2020 because I feel like the years would start to weigh on you.
Mhm.
And for Ben and Grogan, this is a chance for one of them to take that weight off their shoulders, but for the other one, it's just going to grow heavier. And it's going to be a dogfight, man. I'm excited.
Wow. It's gonna be great. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Hey, Merry Christmas to
Yeah.
you.
Merry Christmas to
Thanks
all.
for having me.
Good time.
And
Good
to
time.
all, a good night. And best of luck to Ben and Grogan. Anderson, best of luck in the third place game. Whichever one of us gets that $15, I'm sure will be well deserving.
Amen. All right. See you, boys.